Today, let's take a look, thanks to our 7.3 release, at just how easy it is to create an application from a time series deployment, which will allow me to easily view forecasted versus actuals for new data and provide insight on prediction explanations over time. So, Applications is accessible in the top level navigation of DataRobot. And when I click that, it brings me to a page with all of the existing AI apps as well as the relevant metadata associated with them. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the Predictor app, and I'm going to give my application a name. Okay, so I gave it a name and just a brief description. And I'm going to keep my access level the same, but I do want to point out that if I was interested, I could choose this anyone outside my network option here, and it would generate a link for me that I could share with either users outside of my organization or even internally that maybe don't have a DataRobot account. So they could still consume what I'm about to build within the application. But for my purposes today, I'm just going to keep it on this invited users only option. So now we're going to select a data source, and I'm interested in this one here. So we're going to click that and hit create. So now the app builder prompts me with an additional tier of security. So I'm going to go ahead and authorize that. And when we come into the application, we see that both a prediction as well as the sales, so the actuals, are already here on the chart populated. Okay, so a little bit of background about the project that we're going to be working on today. This is based on sales for a store, and we are looking to forecast future sales. And this project in particular will be working with the day time unit. So you can see here, if we scroll down, that actually the chart has already populated based off of the deployment that I used, both a prediction and the sales, so the actuals. And then these red bars here, these are the residuals. And residuals are the difference between these two. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to begin by choosing a local file, and we're going to be dropping in one of my prediction files to be scored. So I'm going to choose local file, and I'm going to choose this option here. And we'll give that a moment to populate. Okay, so now we can see it's initializing. Great. Now we're going to add in the actuals for that. Great. And then lastly, I'm going to add in my other prediction file and create our forecast. Let's give this a moment here. Awesome. Okay, so this dotted line here is our forecast. And what we can see via the tooltip is the date, the number for prediction, and then the top 3 predictions. We have the prediction here, we have the sales here as this blue, and then the red is the residuals, so the difference between them. We can filter for data, so we can remove the residuals, and then we also can remove the target. So the prediction is always going to be shown. But I'm going to go ahead and pop these back on. And then I do want to show here that, as I mentioned, we are looking at the daytime unit here, but we can choose between any of these levels of time unit resolutions as well. So next, I'm going to go into our prediction explanations. And you can see here that there's a lot of info we can see about our prediction explanations. So every single point on the chart is a different prediction or a separate prediction, which means every single prediction will have its own prediction explanation. Every prediction explanation also has its own unique color. So if we want to explore trends, we can just highlight here, and you can see already that what I've highlighted, or what I've selected rather, is highlighted. And so it pops just a little bit more on the screen so we can really explore the trends there. I'm going to clear that. And then additionally, if we want to explore trends even more, we also can fade explanations. So right now I've faded all of the negative explanations. So we're only seeing the positive trends here highlighted. And then alternatively, if I want to fade out the positive, I can see all of the negatives here. So this really looks at the feature strength. And then also, if we want to explore a specific time range, we can adjust along the bottom filter. and really dig into a particular point in time that we might be interested in examining a little bit further. And then in terms of build mode, if we click on the widget here, this is where we can manage what features we want highlighted on our chart. So we can go between the two here, select areas of interest. And then also if we go into properties, this is where we can edit the widget name. We also can show events. So you can see here that if I hover over them, we have this event option here. And these just show for this particular instance, they are titled Event 4, Event 1. But you can see that there's this gray bar. And so if your training data, for example, is looking at Christmas, you can update this so that it, for event, it says rather than event 9, it would say Christmas. But since we're looking at June here, these are probably just particular events within that particular store. We also can select different colors if we want. So there's a lot of flexibility here to really create a custom chart that you want. And then additionally, if you are interested in adding in other widget charts, you can go ahead and do that as well. So that's everything I wanted to showcase today. Thanks for watching.